All right, I see our clock has officially rolled over to 10 p.m., so we're ready to break some things tonight. We don't have a lot on tap, but what we have should be fun. But then, it's always kind of fun to break, though, right? So we're going to open a Game Day Greats autograph football jersey, a box of 2016 black gold, which I haven't opened in a while, and then the last case that I have on hand of luminance football, panini luminance. So before we get started ripping into cases and boxes and such, there's a little information to go over here. So first up there is about feedback. That's just to let you know that my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return. And if you feel inclined to leave negative, hey, give me a shout first. I'm sure we can work it out. Well, within reason, right? If you're one of these guys who doesn't read the description and you think you're buying a whole case of cards for like $4.99 or something, that we might not be able to work out. But for the most part, we'd be able to work it out. So please let me know if you have a problem. And next up is to say thank you. I appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats with me, hangs out with me, keeps me up to date on scores that are happening while we're breaking. Always appreciate that too. What you see now, a list of the upcoming breaks. This is stuff that's already up and running on eBay. Usually list new stuff just about every night, and they typically run for 5 days. So tomorrow night we have all kinds of memorabilia, including one of our three-peat, I'll get it out in a minute, basketball boxes, which is kind of like 3 breaks in one, because each box has an autographed jersey, an autographed basketball, and an autographed photograph in it. So those are kind of cool. We will also open the last case of Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, and none of my distributors have any more, so it really is the last case this time. We will open an autographed full-size batting helmet from Hit Parade, and we will also open the last case I have of Finest Baseball. So lots of last cases of stuff tomorrow night. On Wednesday, we've got a couple more memorabilia breaks in there and some Series 2 Jumbo Baseball. Thursday looks virtually the same. A couple of boxes of 2013 Topps Supreme and then Jumbo Baseball. Friday, some memorabilia, and yeah, you got it, more Jumbo Baseball. Saturday, that whole day is full of free shipping stuff. So there's some card breaks in there. There's some memorabilia breaks in there. But it all ships 100% free, so those days are always fun. That's what Saturday's going to look like. For tonight, a couple of things. First off, this is the order we're breaking in. So football jersey, then black gold, then luminance. Second thing, we've got some free shipping breaks tonight and some paid shipping breaks. They do go out on a different schedule. Free shipping breaks are the football jersey and the black gold. Generally speaking, that stuff's going to go out 6 or 7 days after the auction ends whenever it has free shipping. Okay, so that's anticipating Saturday for those two things to go out. And maybe sometimes I get them out a little quicker, but for right now, we're going to plan on Saturday. Paid shipping break tonight, I'm shooting for Thursday. I think that's realistic to accomplish. So we're going to roll with a Thursday approximate date for luminance to get out the door. And last thing about this page, if you're in one of the first 2 breaks, that's black gold and the Game Day Greats, and your team is not pulled in the break, you don't get a card or an item or anything, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year and any series. I track that stuff for a rolling 90-day period. I'm typically going to send that when your next package goes out. So the next time you do pull a card or an item, I'm going to look at anything you have outstanding from teams that didn't pull something in the last 90 days, include it with that package, and shoot it on out the door. If you want it sent sooner, you just let me know. We'll work out the details. And of course, luminance, you don't have to worry about it. There's plenty of cards to go around in luminance. First up tonight, 2018 TriStar Game Day Greats autograph football jersey, break number 15. And it ended tonight, June the 16th, and we're breaking it tonight, June the 16th, June the 18th. Let's try that again. And we're breaking it tonight as well, Monday, June the 18th. And of course, you see there we have team names on one side and the eBay user ID of our winning bidder across from each team on the right. And a new spreadsheet will go up before the start of every break. So if you're not in this one, not to worry. You're going to see your name up there in lights as soon as we get to yours. Last but not least, adjusting the focus there. I set it manually. I do know that makes the background go out of focus, but no worries. No worries. We'll be able to see it all. I see we have Justin and Greg in chat tonight. Justin says he got a good deal on the Browns. Greg has, looks like the Broncos and the Colts, I guess, in this break's who he's pulling for. If I'm interpreting that correctly. I think I am. I hope I am. Oh, cool. This is a nice one. It's for the Oakland Raiders, Jim Plunkett. It's just a little information card they put in there. I will stick it down in the bag with the jersey, which make sure you find everything before you throw out the packing material. There's, of course, the Jim Plunkett signature. You've got a JSA authentication sticker right there. And there's also... looks like it is a Jim Plunkett player hologram authentication as well. And then a JSA authentication card. So you are massively authenticated on Jim Plunkett here for the Raiders is our winning jersey. Our winning team, I should say, for our Game Day Greats jersey tonight. Oakland Raiders and Jim Plunkett. So that was a quick one. Next up is going to be 2016 Black Gold. It's a pretty fast one, too. Not quite as fast as the jersey, but it doesn't take us too awfully long. If you didn't see this a moment ago, if you weren't tuned in, you weren't paying attention, you weren't on yet, please take a moment, review the information you see there in regard to expected shipping date and about consolation cards if your team is not pulled in the break. One box of 2016 Black Gold Football break number 40 also ended tonight on eBay, the 18th of June. Same format, teams on one side, user IDs, eBay user ID of our winning bidder across from it. And I've still got, actually, I don't know, probably a half case or more of 2016 Black Gold. And there for a while, we were opening it a lot, and then I don't know what happened. I got sidetracked. You know how I get, right? I kind of just, I get tired of opening something, and I'll switch off and start opening something else, whatever. So I don't know. Somewhere along the way, I kind of got away from opening this for a couple of months, and now I guess it's time for us to get back in the swing of it. Because I do have a pretty good little stack of it back there. Daddy Banks says that the Jim Plunkett is a nice jersey to frame. Is that going to be yours, Daddy Banks? Did you have the Raiders in that last break? Is that coming to your house? If so, that's a nice hit. And Greg, you have got the Eagles in Black Gold. Well, let's see if we can't work up a little Carson Wentz rookie mojo for you. Actually, we typically have pretty good luck with Black Gold, just in general. I mean, it's a cool series. Getting some sleeves out, and now we're ready to see what we've got here. So everything in Black Gold is numbered, even our base cards. First up is Tyler Boyd to 50 for the Bengals. Then also to 50, Brandon Marshall for the Denver Broncos. So far, these don't look to be in too bad of shape, but I will note that quite often we find some chipping and wear and things on the corners, particularly on the back. This is numbered to 225. Peyton Manning and the Broncos, like there's a little bit on that upper left corner. Truly, most of the thick cards are that way when they come out of the box. It just shows up a lot more when the background is black. Numbered to 225, Joe Montana and the 49ers. That is the last of our base cards. And we're about to make somebody happy. I'm not exactly sure how happy yet, but happy. Because it's Zeke, a little Ezekiel Elliott rookie hit for the Cowboys. Okay, well, we don't have ink, but it's still nice. It's numbered to 249, and of course you've got 4 relics on there, a piece of the football and 3 pieces of the jersey. Laquan Treadwell next out for the Vikings, numbered to 249, Motherlode triple relics. iDaddy says he's a huge Colts fan. I gotcha. Okay, but you just like the fact that it was that it had the player hologram. You mean? Yeah, those are always cool. Because pretty much anything is going to have some type of certification if it's from one of these, you know, major guys that do these jerseys. But they don't all have the player certified holograms, that's for sure. Connor Cook for the Raiders. And that is, where's the number? Oh, I just about missed it. It's numbered to 225. Of course, you've got a nice big relic there, as well as the on-card autograph. Maybe a little imperfection, mostly in the upper left, but not in too bad a shape. Dan Hampton for the Bears. Definitely some chipping, both corners on the left side. But that is a nice looking card. It is numbered to 99 for the Bears. A little throwback there. Gold strike autographs. And for the Rams, we have Todd Gurley. Lower left a little bit, nothing too bad. There's an NFL team symbol seal of approval. You can see it's kind of slipped out of its die cut area that it should kind of sit in the card. It's still in there, but it's just not in there perfectly. That is numbered to 15. It is also too thick to put in a sleeve, so we're going to have a little workaround here for this to keep it nice and handsome for you. And of course I will get it wrapped up very securely and safely to get it shipped to you. But that, in the absence of a sleeve, we're using the team bag. So again, numbered to 15, a little loose inside of its die cut there, the Todd Gurley NFL team symbol. And the last card out is CJ Procease for the Seahawks. It is mother lode to, 249, looks like. So we're going to recap black gold, not the base cards, but the autograph and memorabilia. So Seahawks to 249, the Rams to 15, the Bears to 99, the Raiders to 225. Meanwhile, the Raiders are just going, why couldn't that have been, you know, why couldn't that have been somebody else on our card? Numbered to 249, Laquan Treadwell. And to 249, Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. Is Connor Cook still around? I mean, is he still the backup up there in Oakland, or is he, what's his deal? I haven't heard anything about him in a while, so I am not really sure if he's still around up there as the backup or not. I don't know. I don't think Derek Carr is going anywhere anytime soon, though. All right, let's put up our spreadsheet and roll into Luminance. Of course, Luminance has a slightly different shipping date. Guessing this will get out the door on Thursday. As always, if I can get it out sooner than that, I certainly will. And, of course, you don't have to worry about consolation cards here in Luminance because there's lots of cards that are going to be pulled, and they should cover all of our teams. So this is 12 boxes of 2018 Luminance football. It is a full case break. It's break number 5. It happens to be the last case that I have on hand as well. And of course it ended tonight, 18th of June. We're breaking it tonight, Monday night the 18th. And we're hoping that we're going to have some last case mojo, right? And pull out some fire. Although, I'll have to say, out of the last case, we had some pretty nice stuff too, so. Oh, yeah, Michael. Yeah, I forgot about that. He did have that one game in the playoffs when Derek Carr was out. I hadn't even thought about that. I forgot about, whoops, I caught my breaking mat there. I forgot about him playing that game. I'm like, I couldn't remember if he was still up there as the backup or if he had wandered off and was somebody else's backup or what had happened to him. I think he's still in the league. I don't think Connor Cook is out of the league that I remember anyway. I just couldn't think if he's still with the Raiders or not. Of course, I don't know entirely what's happening up there with the Raiders anyway. I mean, I know they all love Gruden, and he certainly was an outstanding coach. But you know what? A lot has changed since the last time he was a coach. And I don't know. You just look at some of the choices that they made in the draft and things, and don't you kind of wonder, like, is he still expecting things to be like they were the last time he coached? Because they're really not so much, and a lot of changes since then. I don't know, but I guess we shouldn't judge Gruden until we get into the season and see what happens. But I did think he had some kind of odd draft choices. Oh, Michael says he is still a backup for now. Okay, I thought maybe he was, but I wasn't 100%. And you're a Broncos fan, so you like the Raiders to have a hard time. Well, all right. I won't deny you your rivalry, because rivalries, honestly, are what make it fun. Okay, so here's what you need to know about this set. Most of our rookies that are part of just the base cards will have their correct, that's going to be a points card, are going to have their correct NFL teams on them. However, the same rookies, when we pull them as a hit in here, are going to be shown with their college team name and in their college uniform. Sometimes that can be confusing because some of the college teams have similar names. You know, there are the Cowboys, there are the Panthers, etc. But if they are in their college uniform, of course, you should know they're going to go to the team that they play for in the NFL. A lot of these guys were undrafted, but have subsequently signed deals, so they're going to go to the team that they've signed with in that case. Shaquem Griffin and the Seahawks. I'm holding on to this one because you can see there that the lettering is gold. Most of them have a different lettering, have silver. The gold are not numbered. They are a variation, but they are not numbered. There are some others that will be numbered, and there's like a hot pink one, and that's the wrong sleeve, and a few other that will be numbered, and of course we'll talk about those as we get to them. Josh Adams is first out. That is for the Eagles, numbered to 249. It's a flash insert for the Rams. Oh, I didn't say how many, what we were looking for in every box, did I? There's a Jimmy Graham gold. I'll just show you so you don't have to take my word for it. It should be 3 autographs and 1 memorabilia card per box. You notice they say on average. This is why they say on average, right? They replaced one of our hits with a 250 Panini Rewards Point card. So what will happen is at the end of the break, I will use random.org to give out that and any other reward point cards that we may find between now and then. Saquon Barkley for the Giants, that is numbered to 99. Anytime we see one with royal blue, like this one is for the writing, it's going to be numbered to 99. Oh, Fishman, what did you say there? You struck out what again? I don't know what you said on that one. You struck out on something. Oh, Michael, yeah, that one case, I think you're talking about case before last when we had an insane amount of veteran patch autographs and really good ones like Alvin Kamara and Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, and there were probably 8 or 10 of them. Here is Baker Mayfield coming out for the Browns, numbered to 125. Maybe that was the last one, but I thought that was the one next to last one. This most recent one is the one that had, why did I just go blank? Had Saquon Barkley in it. There's a Royce Freeman insert. So I think you were thinking maybe of the one before last, and it was super unusual, and it had tons of veteran stuff in it. Ezekiel Elliott for the Cowboys. Anytime you see this Carolina blue, it's going to be numbered 225. Yeah, I mean, I even noticed on that one as we were opening, and I think I even commented on the fact, like, I could not believe how much veteran stuff we were pulling out of it and how good it all was. A little LT, Lawrence Taylor for the Giants with a dual color relic numbered 249. and a gold Baker Mayfield dynamic insert. And that is box number 1. So it looks like it's one of our autograph hits that got replaced by the reward points, because we pulled 2 autos and 1 relic, and most of the time we're going to find 3 in 1. Oh, Fishman, you're saying you struck out 2 breaks in a row. Oh, were you in, that you're talking about the jersey and in black gold tonight? I mean, it can be kind of, it's harder on some of that stuff because, especially on the memorabilia, I mean, comparatively speaking, if you hit, it's awesome because your buy-in's pretty low and you usually get a really nice piece of memorabilia in return. But it, of course, is harder to hit because there's only 1 hit in the whole break out of 32 possibilities. So, I mean, it's still decent odds, 1 in 32. But, of course, you look at this and you've got 3-4 hits per box times 12. You know, you got 48 chances to hit in here, not even counting the numbered things. Tremaine Edmonds, that is for the Bills. Followed by another Tremaine Edmonds for the Bills. That one autographed, numbered to 249. So yeah, there's definitely kind of a risk-reward component, and sometimes, you know, it is a higher price, of course, to get into a case break like this, but you also have a much higher probability of pulling something out, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. I guess it's a give and take a little bit. Minkah Fitzpatrick, that is the Dolphins, and a nice low number to 10. So Minkah and the Dolphins to 10 is a good little hit coming out there. Baker Mayfield insert for the Browns. And our red parallels are numbered to 10. This is for the 49ers, and it's Marquise Goodwin. Here comes somebody for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, yeah, it's James Washington, numbered to 99. I think James Washington will be good. I kind of had my eye on Jalen Samuels a little bit out of our rookies. That's who I'm kind of waiting to see how he develops. But I don't know. I kind of have a little inkling about him. We'll see if I'm right or not. Todd Gurley the second, that is the blue parallel for the Rams. Houston Texans with our relic, and that would be Deonta Foreman. And a little Eric Weddle portrait. We'll find a handful of those portrait inserts along the way as we go. We already looked at these, didn't we? I think we did, and I just had them sitting there, but there. Just to be on the safe side, we took another little spin through them to make sure that I didn't mess them up. Yeah, Fishman, I'm sorry that you didn't hit on the jersey or black gold tonight. It's never as much fun when you don't hit, that's for sure. I've had some extended runs myself breaking with, obviously I'm not in my own breaks, but breaking with other people. Gosh, I went through one run, it's been probably a year or so ago at this point, where I can't even remember how many breaks I was in that I didn't pull anything. I mean, not a single card, not one stinking anything. I was just like, oh my gosh. I stopped watching them because I was busy anyway, and I thought, daggone it, I'm not hitting anything. I'm just not even gonna watch these. And then one of my customers came in who also breaks with the person I have been breaking with. This is numbered to 99, Marcus Ball. I gotta look that up. I can't remember where Marcus was drafted or anything. Let me see if I can find it. I hope I wrote it down. Oh, I did. The Raiders. Okay, he's a Raider. So one of my customers comes into the break one night and says, oh, man, congratulations on your Antonio Brown. And I was like, wait, what? So, of course, I hadn't watched it yet. So right after the break, I went rolling over there, and I had pulled a nice little Antonio Brown rookie auto to 25 or something. Luke Falk, that is numbered to 225. And Luke Falk is, Titans. I thought that was right, but. So yeah, sometimes you go through a big drought, but then I will tell you this, as soon as I hit that Antonio Brown, I forgot all about all those breaks that I lost for all those weeks in a row. I was like, oh yeah, now I'm happy. I'm back on board. Numbered to 99, Levon Coleman for the Texans. Jamon Moore, that's this is, well, it's draft day, but that's not what I'm getting at. It's the color of the ink. So they don't have these numbered per se. However, the ink variations, I should have memorized this, but I haven't. But the ink variations are like silver's the most common, I think. You come across some gold. This is the first one I've seen that's in that blue. So I'm going to say that that is probably a pretty low numbered deal, but they don't number them, but they did, I think, announce like if they were XYZ, they were, fewer than whatever. There's a Calvin Ridley insert, and Jamon Moore is a Packer. If I didn't say that, I might not have, because I got all excited by the fact that it was a different color ink than we've pulled before. So, For the Raiders, a Derek Carr relic. Yeah, I agree with you, Fishman. I think James Washington is going to be good for sure. I am looking forward to watching him play. The reason I guess I kind of said I've got my eye on Jalen Samuels is because he's kind of coming in as a little under the radar, right? He's a little unheralded, whereas I think James Washington, pretty much everybody thinks he's going to do well. Jalen Samuels maybe might sneak in a little more playing time than you might think as a rookie, and I think he's going to be pretty good, but we'll see. I mean, definitely sometimes I'm wrong. Oh, Michael says that that blue, that kind of Carolina blue ink, he says that it is 5 or fewer. So that is awesome. I knew it's the first time we'd seen the blue ink in all the cases that I've done. I just had not committed to memory what the numbering was for each of our ink color variations. Jair Alexander, that is, of course, the Packers. Mark Andrews, I believe Mark Andrews is a Bengal. That is numbered to 75. And I'm going to double check and make sure that I'm right about Mark, because he's one that I sometimes flip him around and get him wrong. Yeah, he's a Raven. See, I told you I'd get him wrong. So Mark Andrews is actually a Raven. So I was incorrect the first time I said who I thought he was. He is not that. Baltimore Ravens. Antonio Brown portraits. That's why I have to write down the ones that I have trouble remembering so I can refresh my memory sometimes. Arden Key. Arden is numbered to 249. Arden Key is also a Raider. Why did I say also? The last one was a Raven. Arden Key is a Raider. Tyreek Hill flash insert. Cooper Kupp, once again, our Carolina blue is going to be numbered to 25. Yeah, Michael, I'm a fan of luminance myself. I particularly like the draft day autographs, and I think as time goes by, I think we're going to find that the value of those is probably going to be pretty good. You never know on a new card series exactly what you're going to get until a little, it's in the rear view a little bit, but I suspect these are going to do well. Mike White, draft day signature. Of course, Mike White is a Cowboy. At least I believe he is. I better check. Yeah, he is. It's like, I said that with such authority, and then I'm like, uh-oh, did I say that wrong? Hayden Hurst for the Ravens, number 299. Oh, what did you hit, Fishman? You said you hit a gold on-card autograph of Big Ben and Jalen Samuels and a Mayfield gold in one case 2 days ago, and then a Rudolph gold on card the next night. Well, that is some outstanding luck right there. Joe Theismann, Vintage Relic Redskins. That's some really nice pulls, man. Cortland Sutton insert for the Broncos. Yeah, that's an excellent little run. Yeah, I always like to look back on the stuff that are the new products. I like to look back on them the following year. In other words, after it settles in, we know who our good rookies are, and we can kind of get a handle on what their card values are. And then I like to compare them across the new sets like this, you know, this has never been made before, and then our existing sets, and kind of gives you a feel for how well the market appreciates the card set. But I think really until some time passes, it's kind of hard to see where the value is going to settle in, but that's just the way I look at it, and I guess everybody does it the same. DeAndre Goolsby is numbered to 299. I want to say he was undrafted originally, but who did he sign with? The Lions. Yeah, so undrafted free agent Lions. Oh yeah, Fishman, I would say that those definitely, those hits make up for probably a lot of bad nights. That's what I'm saying, you know, that's the cool thing about breaking, is you can have one good case or one good night, and it can wipe out the memory of a lot of nights where you haven't hit, or haven't hit what you wanted anyway. Number 25, Leighton Vander Esch for the Cowboys. Matt Stafford, portraits. Here's a little beast mode for the Raiders to 99. I see something coming for my Pittsburgh Steelers. It's going to make somebody happy. Yeah, it is. There is a Mason Rudolph gold ink on card draft day auto. So Steelers on the board in a nice way. Alvin Kamara flash insert. For the Raiders, we have another Derek Carr relic, because why stop at one if you can have two? So, most of you probably were not on the other night when I was talking about this, because I think I was talking about it in a basketball break. But Marvin Bagley, who's, of course, the draft is coming up this Thursday night. Marvin Bagley played for Duke, if you don't know this info, and he's going to be a high draft pick. He's probably within the top 5 anyway. Signed a massive shoe contract with Puma. So I was kind of like, Puma, like, where have they come from out of nowhere getting a foothold in the NBA? And at that kind of money. Because they said it's the largest rookie shoe contract since Kevin Durant signed his. And Kevin Durant's was for $70 million, just by the by. So, you know, then some little weird articles came out and just basically saying, oh, Puma's going to try to get a foothold in the NBA. And you're thinking, okay, whatever. So you just have Marvin Bagley and that's it. So right before I'm getting ready to start the break tonight, I see a news headline pop up. And it says that, I guess, Jay-Z has been named the director of basketball operations or something similar to that with Puma. So now I guess we know how they plan on getting a foothold in the NBA now, don't we? Marcus Allen, numbered to 99. Marcus Allen is like the unknown Steeler. he's like the hidden Steeler. Like, I always forget about him. I always have to think for a minute and think, who has Marcus Allen? Oh yeah, right, my team does. So yeah, he'll probably be the one that'll turn out to be awesome, since he's the one I keep forgetting that we even drafted. Jamon Moore. I think we already pulled one of his, maybe. Here's another one. 249. And I'm double checking this because I said it a while ago. I want to make sure I said it right. Yes, he is a Packer. Our other Jamon Moore, of course, was the nice draft day autograph. But so I can't wait to read that article. I want to know more about this Jay-Z and Puma deal. That's going to be interesting. Gronk /99 for the Patriots. Steelers are on fire. Okay, you've already got a Mason Rudolph draft day. Now you've got a James Washington draft day. You just pulled out, see, I've already forgotten his name again. Marcus Allen, our forgotten draft pick. So the Steelers are really having quite a nice little break thus far, anyway. Texans with a Deshaun Watson relic. Hey, hey. There's Darius Geis. Bobby, who did you have tonight? You said thank you. Who have you got? Have you got the Steelers tonight? Because if you do, man, you are cooking. Fishman says there have been a lot of Mason Rudolph gold in draft day that he's noticed in luminance. Yeah, I hadn't really noticed an inordinate amount of them, but you know, of course, every case is different. But we did hit, I have only hit the one single so far, Saquon Barkley draft day on card. I've hit it only one time out of 5 cases, so. Bobby, you do have the Steelers. You are cranking tonight then, my friend. You know I'm a Steelers fan, so always happy to see my Steelers pull stuff out. Not at the expense of all the other teams, of course. I like lots of different teams for different reasons, but at the end of the day, if you have to stack them up one against the other, I'm always going to go for my Steelers. Ronnie Harrison, numbered to 25. Fonnie Collins says you would like to hit some Jags. All right, well, let's see what we can do about that. I got to look up Ronnie Harrison. I can't remember him. Oh, he is a Jag. Ha, ha, ha. How about that? That was like a divine intervention kind of thing, right? It was the universe answering you without me even realizing it. Teddy Bridgewater and the Jets. Teddy is in, I should put this back up there. Teddy's in a Vikings logo, but of course you can see it's noted the Jets on there, and it has the information about when he was signed and the date and all that. So, of course, it's going to go to the team that you see on there, which is the Jets. Not the uniform, is my point. Rashad Penny for the Seahawks, numbered 275. Fishman says, Sniper got you on the Steelers. Well, hey, I'm telling you guys, you got it. You should use auctionsniper.com. It is the most awesome bidding program. It's free when you lose, and they don't charge you very much even when you win. They keep you up to date on your bid. You can manage it all through their website. They put the bids in with like 5 seconds to go. Akram Wadley, that is numbered 25 for the Titans. So that is a nice little hit right there. He was originally undrafted, of course, signed as a free agent with the Titans. Here comes Christian Kirk for the Cardinals. Christian is numbered 275. And you know, you can go in and just put it in. If you see an auction, it doesn't end for 7 days or 10 days or however long it is. You can go in and put your bid in there and not think about it again unless it pops up and gives you an outbid notice or something. I love it. I think Auction Sniper is the only way to go. Mike Evans relic for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Michael says he's going to try the same thing that we just tried and see if the universe will deliver some Chargers to him. So let's see if we can't make that work for you. See if we can't find a Chargers hit hiding in here. would imagine there'll be some chargers come out somewhere along the way before we get done. I would hope, anyway. I was calling you Bobby, wasn't I? That says Bubby, doesn't it? I just now noticed that. I'm sorry. I kept calling you Bobby. I'm sorry, Bubby. Sometimes I just glance over and I kind of catch the drift of it, and I don't look the whole way through as closely as I should. So sorry about calling you the wrong name there. Riley Ferguson. Riley Ferguson was undrafted. That is numbered to 249. Then he went down to Tampa Bay as an undrafted free agent. Never signed a deal down there and promptly got cut. However, he has base cards in this series, and they do list him as a Buccaneer, so he's going to go to the Bucs. But he is not with them. He got cut. Geno Adkins for the Bengals, and we've been pulling Geno out quite a bit. That is numbered to 25. I feel like we've had all 25. we haven't really. We've only had maybe 2 or 3, but I don't know. For whatever reason, it always sticks in my mind when we pull him. Mainly because I think, man, there's so many possibilities for the Bengals with their rookies, and then they pull Geno Adkins, who, like, if you have the Bengals, you probably don't want. Alex Smith to 99 for the Redskins. DJ Chark. DJ is also a Jag. That is numbered to 99. Former LSU Tiger and a teammate of Leonard Fournette's in college. Now a teammate in the NFL as well. Marcus Mariota, flash insert. For the Buffalo Bills, we have a nice little vintage relic of Thurman Thomas. Thurman Thomas is always kind of a cool one to pull, I think. All right, we have 4 boxes left, including this one that I'm getting ready to cut into right now. Aw, Fishman, well, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad that you enjoy the breaks. I have a lot of fun doing them. So I do it because I really like it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. So everybody does it, I guess, for different reasons. And, of course, every breaker does things their own way. And certainly there are things about it that can be challenging. And that usually relates to people who don't pay for things, or people who do pay for things and then have other issues and whatnot. Some of that stuff is not as much fun, but the breaking part of it and all that, I love it. I think it's a blast. So I'm glad you have fun here too, because I have fun. Numbered to 249, it is Justin Jackson. And Justin Jackson, is he the Charger? There's one that's a Charger and there's one that's a Packer. Let me make sure I'm not getting them flipped. Yeah, he's a Charger. Haha. So look at that. The universe delivered your Charger, Michael. So it's working out tonight, right? You guys are putting it in chat, and then boom, they're coming out for you. Let's hope it keeps rolling that way. Derwin James. Don't pull Derwin real often out of here. It is numbered to 249, and of course that is, guess what? Could it be another Charger? Yeah, it is. 2 in a row. Chargers are cranking now. You were kind of quiet. You called in the big guns, called in the mojo, and it delivered. Tariq Cohen, numbered to 99. Seahawks, I'm loving your hit right now. I haven't even flipped it, and I'm loving it. It is Shaquem Griffin, numbered to 249. Of course, Luminance is the first product to have the live autographs for Shaquem Griffin. It is also the first one to have live autographs for Lamar Jackson. So that alone is a good reason to break a lot of this product, in my opinion. For the Lions, Relic for Golden Tate. The wrong sleeve I grabbed there. A nice Saquon Barkley dynamic insert. All right, 3 boxes left as we're rolling along through our case here. Oh, Michael, you needed a Derwin James. He's not coming out of here a lot, you know. Honestly, I haven't pulled him very often. So, despite the fact that it said there were, whatever it said on there, 249 or whatever, it doesn't really seem like we pull him very frequently. So that is a good hit. I really wouldn't have minded buying a little more luminance and opening a little more of this, but most nights it doesn't quite hit where it needs to be. I end up kind of subsidizing. I think I've subsidized virtually every case of luminance has cost me money, so I probably will not bring in any more of it, despite the fact that I really like it. But you know what, doesn't matter that much because we're on the cusp of Elite coming out. Troy Fumagalli for the Broncos, numbered to 99. And you know what Elite means. Oh yes, the first card set of the year where we see our rookies in their NFL uniforms. I always look forward to it. For one thing, it means I don't have to try to keep remembering like 200 players and where they were drafted and signed. There's a nice little Tyreek Hill autograph for the Kansas City Chiefs, numbered to 49. And for another, it's just kind of a rite of passage, you know? It's like I always feel like when we see Elite that we're really into the new season of football cards. Although, technically, we will have been in the new season of football cards for a few months by then. But that's the one that always seems like it to me. Orlando Brown, that's numbered to 99. And it's going to be, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. Kyle Lauletta. There's another one that doesn't come out very often. Kyle Lauletta is to 75, and he is going to be backing up Eli Manning for the New York Giants. I wish, man, I don't know. I think Eli Manning is on the kind of downward slope of his career. So you never know. Kyle Lauletta might end up getting in a few games if he's good enough. AJ Green, numbered to 25 with our Carolina Blue. Here comes Jacksonville, Blake Bortles relic. Still kind of amazes me that they kind of, I mean, what do you do with Blake Bortles, though? I mean, as I say, it amazes me that they keep him and they don't try to draft somebody to replace him. But at the same time, I mean, he sort of got them to the playoffs. I say sort of because, you know, without the ground game and the defense, they don't get where they're going to get to. But yet he was the quarterback, the man in charge, so to speak. And they did get pretty deep in the playoffs, including knocking out my Steelers. So on the one hand, you look at it and think, well, you know, there's that. But then on all the other hands, I know we only have 2 hands, but if you were to look at it that way, I'd say on the one hand, there's that, and on the 9 other hands, there's all the other things. So I don't quite know what to make of Blake Bortles and why they are kind of entrenched, I guess is the word, but I don't know. I guess they know what they're doing. Robert Foster, numbered to 299. I gotta look Robert Foster up. I can never, ever remember it, ever. It is the Bills. He was undrafted. That part I could remember, but couldn't remember who he signed with. The Bills. So So Buffalo. Oh, there's a Gronk gold, whatever you want to call it, parallel, I guess. JT Barrett, numbered to 225. JT Barrett is one I tend to say the wrong team, so let's just avoid that and look it up. The Saints. He was also undrafted, subsequently signed with New Orleans. Andy Dalton. Poor little Andy Dalton to 99 for the Bengals. Andy Dalton's kind of stuck, right? Like, he's not bad, but he's not great. He's just kind of stuck in the middle. Traquan Smith, draft day autograph. I kind of like his signature. I'm digging that. Yeah, he might be my favorite signature out of the new class. We'll have to see how that shakes out. Traquan, I gotta look you up, man. Traquan Smith is also a Saint. Back-to-back Saints. Clearly, I have not committed the Saints draft class to memory now, have I? Arden Key and the Raiders, numbered to 25. Oh, you picked up, I just now look back over at chat. I forgot to look over there for a minute, sorry. So Michael says he's picked up some Kyle Lauletta cards because he kind of thinks the way I think maybe, that he might end up seeing the field if he's decent. Numbered to 49. And that is for the Panthers with a little Luke Kuechly relic. Tiny, maybe we'll call that 2-color. There's at least a stitch in it, which is cool. Tom Brady portraits. Yeah, this is always the time of year where it's fun to go kind of speculate, if you will. It's a little bit like playing the stock market, although frankly, anytime we break, it's a little like playing the stock market. But with rookies, you know, you got the several months here where we're just speculating based on how good they were in college or how good they were in training camp or how likely it is that the veteran in front of them is gonna, you know, flame out or get injured or whatever. And so you have to kind of guess and you try to put your money in the players that you think are undervalued and avoid the ones that are overvalued. So this time of year is fun for me until they start sorting themselves out. It's, you know, then you know who you want to hit, and that part's still fun, but it's not as fun as this part, where you kind of go rookie hunting, for lack of a better term, and then just wait and see how it plays out and hope you guessed right. Here is Akram Wadley to 249. And of course, again, I think we already pulled an Akram Wadley, didn't we? He was undrafted and then ended up with the Titans. There's LaShawn McCoy flash insert. Jabril Peppers for the Browns. Maurice Hurst for the Raiders. That was an interesting choice as well. Numbered to 249. Because, I mean, there's no question the kid is talented enough to have been drafted higher, but, you know, he had the heart condition, or has the heart condition that I guess they found at the combine, right? DJ Moore and the Panthers, numbered to 25. And I think it's kind of a serious one, like the kind that could, you know, something goes wrong, kill you right there on the field sort of thing. So, I don't know. That was kind of an interesting draft choice. Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny for the Seahawks, who will have to work hard to live up to his draft position. Everybody kind of called it a reach, so he's going to have to really work it to change opinions, I think. Numbered to 99, you have for the Lions. For the Rams, you knew we weren't going to get out of here without a Jared Goff relic, and there it is. Todd Gurley dynamic insert. And that's it. And that's kind of sad, right? Because it's the last of it. There's no more cases of it anywhere. So we do have a recap to do, of course. But before we get to our recap, we have a Panini Rewards Point card to distribute. That, of course, replaced one of our hits, I guess, out of the first box. So I'm going to bring you along with me. And here's what's going to happen. I will roll over here to the spreadsheet and cut, or rather copy. I'm not going to cut. I'm going to copy all of the team names. Then we will go to random.org where I will paste them all in, and I will hit random one single time. And whatever team is in the number one position after we do the randomizing will be taking home that 250 rewards point card. So I'm scrolling down through here so that you can see that all of the teams actually were copied and pasted in there correctly. And here we go. Good luck to everybody. And it comes up to the Jags, which is that not hilarious? Because Fonnie typed into chat that he wanted one more Jag. That's so funny. Some nights it just works like that. Some nights it seems like everything someone types in chat, it just happens. Then other nights, you know, people type stuff in and it doesn't happen, and then that part's kind of sad. But, of course, most of the time we hope it happens like this, where you type it in and it just shows up. So, pretty awesome. And I'm going to recap here in a second. Fishman, though, is talking about Marvin Lewis. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's time for Marvin Lewis to kind of sail off into the sunset, and good grief. I mean, we know that, what's his head at the Browns? Why am I blanking on his name at the moment? He needs to sail off as well. The whole state of Ohio needs to make some changes up there. 250 Panini Rewards points. We used random.org to award that, and it went to the Jags. Our numbered cards that don't have a signature or a relic, when you see the royal blue, they're going to be to 99. When you see the Carolina blue, it's to 25. Somewhere in here we have a red, which will be to 10. We also have this nice little hot pink, which is to 5. That's always a happy day. I like getting cards to 5 and to 10. Where's our red one? There it is. There's our nice little red to 10. Another to 25, and Saquon Barkley to 99. Okay, we will next take a look at our relics. Jared Goff for the Rams. This is the only numbered relic we pulled tonight. It's to 49. It's for the Panthers, and we got a seam in it, so I'm kind of happy about the seam. And it's also got, what is that right there? I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a thread or if that's dirt or what exactly that little spot is, but it's on the cloth of the relic. So I don't think any of these are game used though, so maybe dude like spilled his lunch on him when he was wearing it. I don't know. Blake Bortles relic, a Golden Tate relic, a vintage Thurman Thomas for the Bills. For the Bucks, it is Mike Evans. Deshaun Watson for the Texans. Derek Carr, Raiders. Vintage Joe Theismann, Redskins. Another Derek Carr for the Raiders. The Texans with Foreman. And a nice little two-color. Oh, we did have another numbered one. This one, LT, Lawrence Taylor for the Giants, numbered to 49. That is definitely a two-color relic. If I have any question about an extra little piece of color sneaking into that one, it's right down the middle. Yeah, Fishman, I hope you do win some spots. I will happily try to pull something for you if you when you win some spots. We'll try to work some mojo. All right, so we are going to just buzz through these again. We're not going to read all the numbers, or rather, I'm not going to read all the numbers and things off again because we did that going through the first time. This is just kind of a little recap in case someone missed it earlier or, you know, tuned in late, whatever the case might be. Or more than likely, people that are watching the replay, you just scroll to the end, right? That's what I do. If I know somebody recaps, that's exactly what I do. Just go, yep, I'm going to the end. See what I hit. Or sometimes when I'm really busy, I don't ever watch it. I'll admit it, I don't. I bid, and then I get busy, and then I figure if I hit anything, it's going to show up in the mail. So I've been known to do that. I run out of hours in the day. I don't know what to tell you. I need to have like a 48 hours in every day. That might get me caught up. Finally, our draft day signatures. Rashad Penny for the Seahawks. Traquan Smith. I already forgot who I said Traquan Smith was. Daggone it. Hold, please. The Saints. New Orleans Saints. James Washington for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Mason Rudolph. Yep, that's right. For my Steelers. It's pretty cool, really. Those guys were college teammates. Now they're pro teammates. Mike White for the Cowboys. And then the nice Jamon Moore with blue, that kind of Carolina blue ink, which someone was nice enough to tell me in chat should be 5 or less. And of course, Jamon Moore is a Packer, and it's Panini that will tell you about those ink colors somewhere on one of their websites. They have all that info. So, okay, so I guess that is it for us tonight. I will go ahead and put the spreadsheet up one more time just in case someone missed it earlier, or maybe you are watching the recap and yeah, you did scroll to the end, which is what the natural thing to do would be. So one more time, there is your projected shipping date for each of our breaks tonight. And of course, if I can get the paid shipping breaks out sooner than that, I will. And sometimes I even get the free shipping breaks out ahead of schedule. You never know, sometimes. And then, of course, the consolation card info. If you happen to be in one of the first 2 breaks and you got skunked, that tells you how the consolation cards work. One more little pass through what's coming up in the days ahead. Mainly, we're just going to talk about the things that I'm on the last of. So it will be the last of the Onyx Preferred Players autograph baseball cases tomorrow night. And it will be the last of Topps Finest Baseball tomorrow night. And then, of course, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday is all about 2018 Topps Jumbo Baseball. Lots and lots of that. And then Saturday, everything we're breaking on Saturday is free shipping. Yay, free shipping day. So I think that's it. I think that's got us covered for tonight. So once again, thanks to everyone who joined the break. I appreciate having you here. Hopefully we will see you again tomorrow night, or if not then, sometime soon. So take care. Have a great night. We'll see you next time now. Bye-bye.